Some backpacks are old school, retro, heritage. Others are very modern, on trend, up to date. But some backpacks are just ahead of their time. Their features, their materials, their designs all seem to have come from a culture with a more advanced technology than our own. Those are the backpacks that we're going to be looking at today as we go backpack to the future. Hello, I'm Roland from Rushfaster, and at Rushfaster we do guides and walkthroughs bringing you better gear and better ways to carry. Today's video is sponsored by our new US store, rushfaster.com. Check it out if you're in the market for some new carry gear. Now I know you know what I'm talking about. Backpacks that look like they could be worn by astronauts or blade runners. They're often very angular, sometimes square and boxy, sometimes even quite an unusual shape. They're often very tech focused in their feature sets. In fact, some of them have a much steeper learning curve than your sort of average EDC pack, but that's just because they do so many more things. They often feature proprietary materials and magnets, lots of magnets. Oh, and they come in black. So the 5 backpacks we have in this video feel to me like they are speaking to us from the future. We've got EDC bags, gym bags, camera bags, work bags, plenty to talk about, so let's jump in that TARDIS and get stuck in. First up, we have the Coat of Bell Cross Type backpack. Now straight away you can sort of see what I'm talking about. This is not your usual backpack. Now Coat of Bell say that this is an everyday backpack capable for the city or the outdoors. There are lots of pockets, it's expandable, it's made of EcoPack, so let's take a closer look. So this measures in at 18 by 13.4 by 7 inches or 46 by 34 by 18 centimeters when it's folded, and expanded it's 18 by 34 by 11 inches or 46 by 34 by 28 centimeters. It's 1.8 kilos or 3.97 pounds. It's 17 litres folded and then 20 litres expanded. So originally offered in X-Pack, they are now moving this over to the EcoPack material. EcoPack contains over 20 recycled bottles per yard, and the fabric lasts longer, absorbs 80% less moisture, and has better UV resistance and colour retention than your traditional laminated nylon. And they've used Cordura fabric for the main body, which also has been upgraded to a recycled nylon. So good for the environment, but also great materials. Now, despite this shape, for the most part, this is a very normal backpack. There's a water bottle pocket, YKK water resistant zips, a front pocket with 2 stretch mesh pockets for some organization, and look at that bright camo orange, so great. There's a main compartment with a raised and padded laptop sleeve, a tablet sleeve, some organization, and a large zippered pocket. Lots of mesh padding on the back, contoured shoulder straps, a sternum strap, a waist strap, and a luggage pass-through. Now for me, what makes this pack futuristic is its external pocketing and its expandability. So the less crazy feature first, the external pockets. There are 4 of them. One is your standard quick access pocket with a key lash, also a good spot for sunglasses, AirPod, it's nothing crazy. Then there's this tiny drawstring pocket with a drain hole, a side quick access pocket which has a padded pocket, but then also can access the main compartment, and then a hidden quick access pocket for a passport. Now, I am a fan of external quick access pockets. I like organizing a lot of my carry in them if possible. Most of these are on the smaller side, so take that into consideration. But I think it's great that they're there, and because they are small, you can ignore them if you don't want to use them, and it's not going to make any difference to the way that you carry the bag. So on to the other slightly more interesting feature, the expandability. If you remove these compression straps, you can actually make the bag significantly larger. Now the specs say that this will give you an extra 3 litres, but it actually feels like a lot more. And this feels to me like it's your getting you out of trouble pocket. It's for when you unexpectedly need to carry a bigger load. I think that if you needed all of that expandability regularly, you would probably just opt for a bigger bag. But if you were out and about and your partner needed you to pick up a half a leg ham or something, then this bag would help you out. I love that the aesthetic design of this bag is led by the functionality of the bag. I think that it is a very cool looking bag. The harness system is very comfortable, and then it has all the features you'd want in an EDC bag, plus a few extra tricks up its sleeve. So looks good, works well. Next up is the Dayfarer version 2 backpack from Modern Dayfarer. Now this is a sleek jetpack looking bag. Modern Dayfarer call this an all-in-one gym and work backpack. Let's check out the dimensions. So this comes in at 18.9 by 12.6 by 7 inches or 48 by 32 by 18 centimeters. It weighs 110 grams or 2.2 pounds, and it's 24 litres in volume. The materials here are 840D ballistic nylon with water repellents on the outside and ripstop poly lining on the inside. There's also a Fidlock buckle, YKK AquaGuard zips, and Hyperlon pull tabs. There's a water bottle pocket, a hidden zippered pocket behind the back panel, and a dedicated laptop compartment, and a separate shoe compartment, and a rather large quick access pocket with no organisation, and then another rather large quick access pocket with a key leash and some organisation. I will say that all of this external pocketing on the bag is quite discreet. If you didn't know that it was there, you wouldn't even see it just from looking at it, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pocket I am yet to find. The shoe compartment has some vents to air out your stinky gym shoes and will fit up to a size 14 men's shoe, so sorry LeBron, this bag ain't for you. The laptop compartment is raised and will fit up to a 16-inch laptop, and the harness system is solid. There's a frame sheet and some soft padding on the back with an airflow channel, and the shoulder straps have nice firm padding. There's also a luggage pass-through and a top and a side grab handle. You can access the main compartment through this chunky magnetic fidlock. You can access your load through the opening here, but if you want better visibility and access, you can unzip both sides of the flap, and then you'll see there are two zippered pockets and a big stretch pocket for some organisation. This extra bit of material here is the shoe compartment, which you can store away with this hook and loop latch when it's not being used. If you are using it for shoes, depending on your foot size of course, it is going to eat up a lot of this capacity. Now overall, this is a very rigid feeling bag. The back panel and the top flap have some structure, as does the base. And that 840D nylon is going to provide a little bit of structure as well. It's a very slick looking bag which hides its functionality well, and I agree with modern Dayfarer. Great bag for a day at the office which involves a trip to the gym. Next is the Shimoda Urban Explorer. This is a camera bag that Shimoda say can also be your everyday work, weekend and good times backpack. It's called Urban Explorer, so they've obviously intended it for more city use. They do have just an Explore bag, which is more of the outdoors version. This is another feature-rich jetpack looking bag, but before we take a look at all the features, let's look at the specs. It comes in 3 sizes, 20 litres, 25 litres and 30 litres, and this here is the 30 litre. The 30 litre version measures in at 12.6 by 20.5 by 7.9 inches, or 32 by 52 by 20 centimeters. It weighs 4.65 pounds or 2.1 kilos. The material on this is Cordura Recore with, I believe, a PU coating, and they also call this back color anthracite or anthracite? Anthracite. Anyway, it's black, and they also have a light brown sort of tan coyote color, which they call boa. There are 2 external water bottle pockets with a strap, so they can also be used to carry tripods. There's a quick access front pocket with zippered pockets and an AirTag sleeve. This is quite a slim and deep pocket, FYI. There's also an external side access pocket with some loops, a stretch pocket and a pass-through for a charger. Around the back, there's a hidden zippered passport pocket and luggage pass-through. There's some rigidity to the back panel thanks to an internal frame sheet and ample padding for both the back panel and the shoulder straps. The shoulder straps aren't as firm as I would like them to be, but that is just personal preference. They do come with load lifters, a sternum strap, and a capture clip shoulder strap mount for those like peak design things that you see people use. There's also a grab handle on the side, the top, and the bottom. You can access the main compartment through the top, but if you have the removable camera compartment installed, you'll only be able to get to this zippered organisation pocket and then the 16-inch laptop sleeve, which is positioned towards the front of the bag. Now, if you're in full camera carry mode, you want to access the main compartment through the back panel. You can see that on this 30 litre version, the camera area is quite a decent size. It's completely customizable, and you can also access it through the side of the bag, which is really good if you want to whip out your camera and grab that quick shot. And then there's almost this second laptop compartment, which is probably just intended for a tablet, but I could fit my 14-inch MacBook Pro in there. I'm loving this blue interior, by the way. It's sort of like a sky blue, but I think they call it the Shimoda blue. Now, camera bags are an entirely different beast to EDC bags. While functionality is obviously important in an EDC bag, I tend to also take into consideration aesthetics. How am I going to look when I'm wearing it? What vibe does it give off? The materials, do I like how they feel? Do I like the color? Do I like the texture? Are they high quality? But with a camera bag, I'm sort of looking at different things. I obviously want it to be all of those things I just mentioned, but functionality is way more important because this is essentially a work bag. I need it to work properly. Now, I've used the camera for a good chunk of my career, so I do speak from experience here. If a camera bag works for me, I care less about what it looks like. That said, I do think that this is actually quite good looking, and I would say that the Shimoda Urban Explorer takes the functionality of a lower pro and combines it with the futuristic look of a peak design bag. I'm calling that high praise. Next up, we have the Mous Extreme Commuter Backpack with lid. You may be familiar with this backpack from the ads on YouTube where they put a laptop in it and throw it off an 8-story building. I'm not gonna do that. But it is a tough bag despite its fairly unassuming looks. The whole thing feels very padded, and that's thanks to this sturdy aero foam that they've got inside it. This is a good bag to have if you need to commute to the office in a Mad Max post-apocalyptic world. The pack measures at 48 by 33 by 17 centimeters or 18.9 by 13 by 6.7 inches. It weighs 1.8 kilos or 3.97 pounds. And it's 25 litres in volume. This bag is made of Blue Sign certified materials. The exterior is a 500D nylon fabric, and there's some coating on the front and the lid of the pack which gives it a shine. They do say that they are using a PU coating and carbonated nylon. I'm not sure exactly whether that's the reason for the gloss or whether it's sort of everywhere. Either way, Mous claims that this bag is water resistant. Now, the general layout of this bag is actually quite similar to the modern Dayfarer we looked at earlier. There's an external water bottle pocket with a strap above it for securing larger items, a small zippered pocket with a key leash on the opposite side, and a decent sized quick access pocket in the lid. This is lined with soft touch Nylex. There are also 2 straps on the bottom of the bag for securing bulky items. Now, unfortunately, none of these straps are removable, so if they're not in use, you can just cinch them tight and then live with them. It's not a huge deal, but I generally don't like excessive dangle. Round the back, we have a hidden zippered passport pocket, luggage pass-through, contoured shoulder straps, sternum strap, and a padded back panel. The EVA foam in the back panel is quite interesting. It's made up of these little ridges which are very firm, and this not only provides some comfort, but it also directs airflow. I wasn't sure how comfortable this bag was going to be when I first saw just how firm the padding was in the back, but I have been pleasantly surprised. The separate laptop compartment has lockable zippers and will fit a 16-inch laptop, and there's a tablet sleeve which will fit an iPad Pro 12.9 inch. The main compartment is accessible through the lid and the magnetic fidlock buckle, but you will also need to unzip at least part of this front flap to get into your load. These zippers do have pull tabs, which makes them really easy to grip and rip. You can of course unzip the entire front flap and you can see your full load. Inside there's a contrasting grey liner for visibility and plenty of pocketing. Now this is a super tough bag thanks to the use of some futuristic materials. If protecting your load is your priority or you're just a bit clumsy, then this could be the bag for you. And finally, we have the Alpha 19er Evade 1.0X. I made a video on this one, so check that out, but this makes the list because it takes a much loved design, the Evade, and through updating the materials and stripping away all of the excess, it creates a very futuristic bag. So let's take a look at the specs. This one is 18.5 by 12 by 6 inches or 47 by 30.5 by 14 centimeters. It weighs 3.5 pounds or 1.575 kilos, and it's 21 litres. The external material is Dimension Polyance X50. The bottom of the pack is 1050D ballistic nylon. The interior material is fully lined in Challenger's Ultra Grid in this dark chili colour, which I really like. For external organisation, we have 2 water bottle pockets, the front organiser compartment with 2 sleeve pockets with a large loop field, a zippered pocket above it, an attachment mount and a key loop. There's a decent amount of organisation as is, but if you want to turn this into a full-blown admin pocket, Alpha 19er also sell these admin pockets separately, which attach via that hook and loop. Sitting above the front pocket is a sunglasses pocket, and at the bottom of the front of the bag, there is a stealth pocket with a lip covering the reverse coil zipper. Around the back, there's a fair amount of cushioned mesh for comfort and a decent airflow channel with a discreet luggage pass-through. The closed cell foam in the shoulder straps feel great, firm enough to hold its shape, it compresses nicely. The separate laptop compartment has a raised bottom and plenty of padding on either side, and it should hold up to a 16-inch laptop. Accessing the main compartment is through these number 10 YKK zips, and we have a clamshell opening. Here you can find loops for attaching accessories, and then behind that there's a secret little door to your laptop compartment. And on the front we have these 2 zippered pockets, 1 mesh, 1 fabric. Now this, alongside the Coat of Bell cross type bag, are probably my 2 favourite looking packs on this list. I just think they're both doing something that's a little bit different. And with this one in particular, there's a touch of military vibe to it, which I find myself partial to. And then that dark chili color on the inside is just, I've called these bags bags from the future, but really they are just very modern bags. They're leaning into new technology to create a better user experience or to add some functionality. And their aesthetics speak to a modern minimalist design trend. Now I'm a bit of a retro guy, not quite a heritage guy, but perhaps my opinion is a bit skewed. Maybe you don't think that these are futuristic bags. You can of course let me know in the comments. I think that these bags are the kind of bags that we will see more and more in the future as designers come up with new materials and new ways to incorporate new features that we need in our modern life. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If that's not enough Rushfaster for you, you can always subscribe to this channel. You can sign up to our email newsletter and we'll send you an email once every 2 weeks with all of the latest gear news, carry deals, and also the opportunity to win bags that we feature on this channel all the time just by being a subscriber. So if that sounds like a good deal to you, then there's a link below for you to subscribe. But until the next one, I have been Roland from Rushfaster, and these are 5 bags from the future. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.